Did you ever think that it would end like this?
Good morning, Geek Church fans. It is morning for us.
I thought you were going to say Vietnam.
No, though I do like Robin Williams. No, it's 10 o'clock, so it's not really morning. It feels like it, though, because it's a little overcast, and we had game night. That's why I'm drinking water, because after game night, I half poison myself with all the crap that we eat during game nights.
Yeah.
So the next day, it's all about the water. You got to flush the system. But for those of you wondering, and for those of you who are really observant, you see the pink maternity bracelet I still have on.
Pink?
I think it is.
Gray.
Well, whatever. It was pink. I guess it wasn't. Anyways, I thought it was pink. You're right. It's like, looks like a blue. Anyways, taking way too long.
It's colorblind.
We are, I swear it was pink when they put it on, but it's not pink now. It's like a bluish tint. Grayish blue weirdness. Oh, it's cracking. Anyways, we did have our baby. In fact, here's some footage of him while I'm talking, so you don't just have to look at me moving my water bottle around. 8 pounds, 14 ounces, very healthy. Everything went great. Brandy practically did a natural birth because they gave her pain medication and then like it wore off and she's like, oh, okay, I need some more now. And they're like, oh, too late, you're having the baby. So I'm sure there was still a little in her system, but it pretty much was a natural birth. So I think that pretty much takes her up there in like the league of like Wonder Woman, you know, like to have a natural birth, you know. And again, it wasn't 100% because she did, but like the drugs worn off. So obviously there's got to be a residual like effect in the bloodstream, but for the most part, so I'm gonna say like I don't think Superman could do that.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if Wonder Woman was to have a child. I mean,
it would just tear its way out of her stomach.
But yeah, Twilight. But it'd be like that'd be weird because it'd be her child. It would be like a Themysciran type child,
yeah,
especially if it was a woman. Then it'd be all Amazon and.
All right. Well, just because we're short on time, what is this T-shirt doing here?
And we traded a kid for $1.50 Reese's King Size.
It didn't cost us $1.50. That is the retail value that we sell them for. So it only cost us like less than $1.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had it. I don't remember how it came up. Him or Jeff or someone made a comment.
He was sitting in a chair across the room, and I was like, "Dude, that shirt is awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, you really think so?" I was like, "Yeah." And so he's like, "Well, I'll give it to you if you give me candy."
Yeah,
and there's an awkward pause, and then I'm like, sure.
I was like, yeah, okay, what kind of candy?
And so yeah, then he's like, oh well, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, we're serious. Like,
we both thought it was April Fool's joke, so he was like, you guys better not be like April Fool's me. I'm like, oh man, I didn't even think about it. It's April Fool's joke. He's messing with us. So finally, we did this like awkward like drug deal trade to where it was like. I touched and like got a hold of the shirt right as he got a hold of the candy, and we quickly kind of switched back. It's like, all right, it's ours now, and he's like, oh, don't take my candy. But I think part of the reason he traded those because it's the shirt is freaking huge. It's a 3XL. Like it's too big for even me.
Like I wear larges typically.
Yeah, I normally wear like this shirt's a large. So it's a little small. So like my older shirts are large, 2XL. You know, this is a 3XL, and the kid was probably only a 2XL guy. And it was like hanging off of him, so I think that's why he traded it. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually put it on the wall behind us, and we invite you guys to send stuff in. Seriously, to send stuff in that we're going to. Yeah, we're going to fill up this wall behind us. So instead of seeing a white wall right behind our head, you're going to see cool geek stuff. T-shirts, posters, your own drawings, your own fan art. It would be really cool if someone like did a fan art of like us. That'd be actually like kind of weird, but it'd be awesome. Just whatever you send in, and we'll put it up there as long as it's not inappropriate. So yeah, with that, let's get started with today. This is of course. Wait, what episode is this? 19. This is episode 19. Can you believe it? We've made it this far. 19, almost 20 episodes.
How many views are we at?
Oh, an update. So we wanted to announce in this episode that we broke 1,000. And then
we couldn't.
Because then we're like, okay, well, we'll announce that we're going to break 2,000 because we'd gotten so far past 1,000. Well, now we're almost at 3,000. I checked it this morning. It was like 27 something. It was almost 2,800.
Wow.
So
good job, viewers.
Yeah, thank you for spreading the word. And today we have about 10 minutes to talk about, continue up with the Superman, All-Star Superman. Not Superman All-Star. I keep saying Superman All-Star.
Sounds like a lame Justice League sports game.
Yeah. So we're going to start that off with 2 quick questions. The first of which is, what would you do? Okay, so the whole idea of the Superman thing where he's dying, it seemed like he had about a year in the thing. So what would you do if you knew you had a year to live? So that's the question. It's a very age-old question.
You have a bucket list?
You know what? That's true. That question is asked a lot. So this is Geek Church. This isn't talk about stupid stuff church. I'm changing the question. This is no longer what would you do if you had a year to live. This is what would you do if you were Superman and you had a year to live. So like not like you're Clark Kent, but like, let's say Jeff Dunn is Superman or Jared Elrod is Superman. So like the whole idea is like you're Superman, you have his powers, you're a superhero, and you have a year to live. What would you do? Kill Lex Luthor. No.
It's tempting. No, I'd probably like I'd reveal my identity to Lois Lane. Probably.
Which he did.
Yes, he does. And I'd probably like do the Vegas wedding type thing, maybe.
Wow, you have a year. It doesn't take.
Yeah, but it takes a year to plan a wedding.
Why Vegas? Why don't you do like a Martian wedding? Or I mean, you're Superman. You can do whatever you
true.
want.
Yeah, but I don't know. It takes time to get to Mars.
I think I would probably, but then again, this is gonna reveal a little bit of my like arrogant streak. I think I would like spend a year. Now I'm going with Superman. He doesn't really have a family, so I'm not like, oh, I'd spend my family because really the closest he has friends, and of course he's in love with Lois Lane, but he doesn't have a family, so I'm not. Otherwise, I'd be like, well, you want to spend it with your family, obviously. So I think I would create like Team Superman basically. I'd get like 5 superheroes or something, like my own little like group, and like train them for a year and basically to like replace me. So it's like, okay, so the world's gonna die, and it's not just you because obviously there's other superheroes. Wonder Woman's almost as strong. There's other characters, like he can like in terms of Metropolis, like a new hero could replace Metropolis, but like I would want it to be because like one of the things other than Superman being the strongest is it's the idea of Superman. It like lifts people up. It's like the whole like Captain America thing with like the American flag on his costume. It's the idea of Superman. Sometimes even more than actually Superman saving something because other people can save stuff.
Yeah, when Batman, when Bruce Wayne died, it's like Batman still existed through Dick Grayson, but it was because it didn't have Bruce Wayne as his mind and his. Like, it just, like, they had the entire Bat family was in Gotham, and it was, like, burning to the ground.
Yeah, and because they needed that symbolic Batman. So I think I'd create, like, Team Superman, and the whole idea would be, like, okay, well, obviously Superman's going to die, and we're not going to try to do, like, well, okay, Superboy's going to take over, and it's like, oh, Superman just looks different now, So it's like, okay, we're going to create Team Superman to pass on the legacy. And so, like, I'd go and I'd pick, like, as Superman, I'd pick out, like, my most trusted, like, friends, like, because he's very close with Superboy, who I know was dead, but then now he's back, and I haven't really read how he's back yet. I need to. So like, I'd take Superboy, and I'd probably have him replace me as Superman, and that was like the whole reason he was created in the first place, and he's been waiting his entire life. So I would have him, and I think he actually has in the comic at one point. There's a Justice League where it's like all the second generation of them, but. So I would have Superboy replace me as Superman, and I like his costume. It's the classic costume, but the yellow is black because it's just slightly different. So the yellow parts are black, so it's like, oh, he's dead, and he's got the short hair. And then I would basically create around him like either 2 or 4. So I'd either have a team of like 3 or like 5. Because you want odds, with the exception of the Fantastic Four, but like you generally want odd numbers.
Well, Fantastic Four is stupid.
Well, yeah.
And they just killed one of their members. So
yeah.
They're at 3 right
So that's one thing I do is I create Team Superman, put them together, like really train them like mentally, like for the ideal of it, and then also for that. And so like Metropolis like would lose Superman, but would have Team Superman. Superboy being the new Superman, and then whichever characters like they would have to fill it in. And they'd all have the S in some fashion. It doesn't like that don't mean it would have to be like, okay, then there's a new Superboy and a Supergirl, and like they don't have to be super something, but they'd all have like the Team Superman logo. Like I don't care if like one of the person's name is like Destructor or something. Like obviously you don't want like a negative sounding name like that, but like It would just, or like even like a regular character, like let's say Wonder Woman joins it, right? Well, she's not going to become like Superwoman, but like maybe in her costume would have like the Team Superman. That was a bad choice because there's not really anywhere on her costume to put a logo. But you know what I mean? Like she'd have somewhere like the person would come in and it's like, okay, you can keep your costume, you can keep whatever, or maybe like a slight redesign and it incorporates the shield in it, and you're now Team Superman, and it'd almost be, yeah, I think that'd be awesome. In fact, I kind of wish like I would. If I had that power, like if I was Jim Lee or something, I'd be like, hey, that's actually a good idea. I'm going to do that. And like, go write that. Because that'd be kind of cool.
You know what I think I would do? If I'm Superman and I have a year to live, I would live out that year doing whatever it is. Like, personally, if I had a year to live, I'd be like going to like this nation's like monuments and stuff. But of course, Superman's already done that. So I don't know what.
Probably 100 times, yeah.
But, I would do that, and then I'd bring up Ra's al Ghul and find the Lazarus Pit, and then I'd die, and then 5 minutes later,
But I know you can argue that doesn't work on Kryptonians because no other.
It's worth a shot.
I know, but you could also bring him back as like evil Bizarro or something, or like evil Superman.
Or like they did with Jason Todd.
Well, but no, because they said with Jason Todd, like he himself said, everyone thinks that
it messed him up.
It messed him up. He said, but this is really me. But I've always just held back, and that fits with his profile. But anyways, that was, go back and watch that. We had an episode on that. Okay, so the second question is, I think the other thing I do is like I try to give humanity a gift, and I'd make a list of like all my not necessarily non-sentient, but like a list of heroes, like, or not heroes, but villains, like Brainiac and people like that who aren't really like, it doesn't affect your conscience to destroy them, and I'd kill them all off so they couldn't like hurt Earth anymore. Like obviously you're not going to go and kill, yeah, like all these things who are just living computers. Like I don't think morally, you can argue whatever, but I don't think morally like it would be a bit. I'd go and take all my like, even if they're sentient, they're a freaking computer. Who cares? And they're terrorizing the Earth, and I would kill them off. And like this is my gift to humanity. So it's like Brainiac, yeah, Solaris, any kind of like those kind of characters who are just like a scourge to Earth, and like normally it's like Superman barely saves the Earth from them. I'm like, not only am I going to leave you with Team Superman, but I'm going to kill like a half dozen to a dozen.
Yeah, when you're that
like,
powerful, there's no reason to not.
Yeah, and like I know his whole thing of he's afraid to tip the scales, but you're dying anyway. So it's not like you're going to be like, oh, I'm getting addicted to this killing thing. I'm going to start killing regular villains. And like I would take them all out. Like Doomsday, if he was still around, because for a while he was in like a lab somewhere. Like all these things, how like Cadmus had him. Like I would take them all out and destroy them, so they're no longer a threat for Team Superman. So that way, like you don't have to worry about it. Like obviously you're not gonna kill Metallo because that technically is John Corbin, right? It was his name, I believe.
Yeah, but that's like the Terminator. It's artificial sentient.
No, but the whole idea though is, but then you could argue that his soul, so it's really just a robot who has the memories. So I don't know. He may or may not be on the list, but the way they have it, it'd be kind of hard to justify it. But anyways, and those would be like my two things: train Team Superman to replace me, and take out like, okay, these are the main guys who would be able to really, like kind of like give Team Superman a run for their money. I'm going to take them out just because they're, and I'm not talking about just like annoying guys like Lobo or like Despero or something.
People like Black Adam.
Like not even characters like that who like can like really cause. I'm talking about like literally endangering the entire planet. And non whatever. But we're getting close on time, so the next question is, what would you do if... Wait, what was the next? Oh, yeah, what would you do? You say it. Go ahead.
If you had Superman's powers for 24 hours.
Because that's part of, in the movie, is that he made a serum for Lois, which Luthor ended up getting and modifying, and so they had 24 hours of Superman's powers. What would you do, Jeff?
Like, I'm a regular human...
You got 24 hours to have Kryptonian powers, minus kryptonite and red sunlight weakness.
I have to say, I would probably, I probably would take out Lex Luthor. Because, I'm not a hero or anything. I don't really have to worry about people, I'd probably get a medal for it anyways. But, I probably would, take out him, and then people like the Joker, and...
So we're assuming that we're inside the DC universe then.
Yes. Or are we?
Well, yeah, because why else would we have Superman's powers? So we'll just go with it.
Yeah. I'd take out people like that are just... They're clinically insane, and they're just a danger to everyone around them type people. Probably like Killer Croc and... people like that, take him out.
Yeah, I don't... Honestly, I think mine would be a little less impressive. 24 hours, there's not a lot you can do, and even though you have Superman's powers, doesn't mean you have as much control as he does. So I think I would do probably, like, I would just have fun with it. I'd pretend like it's like a sports car, like someone handed me the keys to like a Dodge Viper, like 420 horsepower kind of car for like 24 hours. And I think I would just have fun with it. So first, I would just...
Would you crash it?
Well...
I'm the car.
Huh? If you're if you're the car, well, yeah, give me credit because it's like, okay, you got a sports car and you're gonna, and it's, okay, I'm gonna take it to a demolition derby or something, you know. But like, so first I just do stupid stuff. Like these powers are amazing and fly, take a deep breath, fly up into space and look at Earth for a while. You know, do some super fast, just do some fun stuff. Probably make a couple of Encounter Digital videos to like with superpowers to get our views up. You know, yeah. But like I just do some like just kind of like. For an hour or two, just like I'd probably just fly for a couple hours, and then like I said, go up in space and just kind of just some like kind of boring but like awesome to do kind of stuff. And then I'd start having more fun. I would go and I'd come up with some stronger heroes and just go pick, or not heroes, villains, and just pick some fights. Just because like not like I'm trying to get rid of them, but just because you can, it's fun. Like just like oh hey, there are these I'm gonna go beat them up. So like so you just find some stronger ones like I don't know, just some of like stronger brute like characters, and just be like tap them on the shoulder and be like hi,
boom,
boom, punch him in the face, and just like oh cool, okay, I beat you, okay, I'm actually still feeling pretty good. Let me or maybe it's like a big battle, like dude, I'm feeling wiped. Fly up, get some sun, like recharge, and like all right, let's take on. I got time for one more awesome fight, you know, like just to get in 2 or 3 just amazing fights that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life, kind of thing. Because that would be awesome. Like you want to be that just would be, I think that'd be fun to be able to just beat the crap out of like a Mongol kind of character, like who's that big and strong. Just have a couple of good brawls, and then it'd be about the end of the day, and then it'd be time to like go home and get ready for the soreness that would set in from all those fights.
Yeah, because they're on Lois Lane, she started feeling sore
like,
and tired.
Yeah.
Sort of, man, that would not be fun.
So, actually, that's a good point. You need some time to recover because you don't want to have a injury from like a fight with like Mongol and then like lose the powers and then all of a sudden becomes fatal.
It's like a brain hemorrhage, yeah.
So, well, with that's all of our time. We have once again gone over. Hopefully, YouTube forgives us. We're at 17 and a half. So, alright, we will see you guys next time. We'll be talking about Batman, The Return of Bruce Wayne. Until then, go tell your friends about us, encounterdigital.tv. Send us your feedback at geekchurch@gmail.com. And send us your cool crap for our wall to 955 Elliott Drive, Paradise, California, 95969.